What's up, everybody? I'm with Austin as always. We got Ladder Challenge Day 3 coming up. We'll see if we do a lotto because there's only it feels like there's 2 games after LeBron and AD got ruled out. I don't know what else there is to bet on at this point, but we'll see what we can cook up. Austin, how are you, brother?
My man, how we doing? Interesting day. I can't lie, but the vibes have been there. We've been printing money. We've been doing a great job, and we're here again. Excited to try to tackle day 3.
For sure. It's always either day 3 or day 4. There's always the worst slate for it. And what's today? Thursday? Or Wednesday. Yeah, Thursday. It's somehow always happens to be on a Thursday when we get the worst slate. So if we can get past this day, suddenly the challenge looks a lot more promising. So let's get into it. We got some praise coming in for Austin in the chat. Austin's underdog play might be the best money printer already.
I appreciate that.
We're 2-0 on the underdog cards. Is that what we're seeing?
We got the Halloween mug today. Cup of Joe number 3, Doc. So we're feeling really solid.
Love it. Love it. All right. Should we get to cooking?
Yeah, let's do it, man. I'm excited.
Do we want to just go with, because I know there's 2 plays that we're both on. Do we want to just go with those 2 for the ladder and call it a day?
I think we gotta look over it per usual. The Sex Man is in a great spot today.
Always is.
Yeah, I mean, Kelly Oubre, I know I love that spot. I saw you're playing it too.
I want to check one thing because I want to see who Sexton was guarded by when they played the first time. Because if it was, it'll give us a good idea on who's going to defend him and how he did against him. Because I know he had 22 last time they played, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he cooked.
He always does.
Yeah.
All right, so when he is on offense, who was matched up on him? Let's find the highest Philly player, Maxey. That's baby food. That is baby food.
That is barbecue.
We get Maxey again. Oh, we're chilling. We want Maxey to play. Let's be clear about that.
Honestly,
obviously,
we just need it to stay close, Will.
Yeah. But a lot of people are saying, oh, Patrick Beverley's going to shut that down. One, Patrick Beverley does not start. So if Maxey's playing, we're in a good spot. Secondly, I mean, I'm not too worried about – I mean, Pat Bev's a dog. But we're also talking about Colin Sexton here. So I'm not too worried about Pat Bev. Did Beverley even guard him at all in this game?
I was going to say, I don't think they match Bev up. I mean, maybe they do. But
for not even a full minute. And not to mention, Sexton scored all 5 of his team's points in that minute that Beverley was guarding. We're fine. We're fine. If this somehow misses, it's not going to be because of Pat Beverley. That's all I'm going to say. But what is worth mentioning on Sexton, StatMuse, why do you do this to me? StatMuse got to work on their servers, man.
I thought that was about to be your fault there. I was going to say,
no, that's StatMuse. So as you can see, 28 minutes here. This is actually 23, and he shot 1 of 10. That's an outlier game. In this game, every starter got fourth quarter run except Colin Sexton. I don't know what was wrong with Will Hardy there. But outside of that, you're seeing Sexton has pretty much got himself solidified 24 minutes a game. When that happens, where's my mouse?
That's all we're looking for, honestly, Will, is 24 minutes. That's like when I lock this play in, I'm like, as long as Sexton plays 24 plus minutes, I think I have a very good shot at hitting 21.5 PR. It's been like a automatic play for me every single day, honestly, for like the last 10 or 12 days.
Exactly. I got him at 18.5 points, but it's more or less the same because as you can see, he gets 2 rebounds in pretty much every game. But with 24 minutes this season, he's hitting all but 3 games, and of those 3 games, 2 of them were the first 2 games, so really 19 of the last 20. And if you're telling me he's going to get 24 minutes even in a blowout, and we can pull it up here. This game was a blowout. This game was a blowout. Again, this was a blowout where they were on the losing side of it, and he got 24, but 24 in quotation marks. He's getting 24 in blowouts now. So if you're telling me he's locked into 24 minutes against a defense without Embiid, which if anybody saw my write-up, you saw their shot frequency given up at the rim goes up like crazy without Embiid on the floor. They're actually the worst rim defense in the NBA without Embiid. That's really good for Sexton. So I really like Sexton today. Somebody said Max is questionable. Yeah, but I mean, I don't. Is there any news on him? God, every time.
I just think we need this game to stay close. I'm honestly not too scared about any of the defenders they're going to throw at Colin. I just think the volume's been so good. And like we said last time when we went right back to him, like when he went 1 for 10, obviously you're going to change your mentality if you miss your first 9 shots. You know what I mean? You're not going to be as aggressive. So if Colin goes 0 for 6 again, we're probably missing this bet to start, but if he's going to shoot 6 shots in the first quarter, you and I are going to bet this every single time.
And again, that's where it helps that the Sixers are bad at the rim without Embiid, because what are the odds of him going 0 for 6 if 5 of them are at the rim? Probably pretty low. So I think we feel good about Sexton. I know we both feel good about Oubre too. He's top of the model for me. And was he your pick of the day, or was that AD and he got ruled out?
Yeah, AD was the ultimate pick of the day. I think this Oubre play is so sneaky good. I know you and I are kind of like the pioneers for making him communal today, but against the Jazz, man, he's been so good. The PA I loved. Did you play the assist portion as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has 2+ assists in 5 of the 8 games without Joel Embiid, and then at least 1 assist. That's all we need, and we're getting the same value as the point line at 18.5. And I think he has upside to get 3 or 4 assists. His usage is going to be pretty high. I said it in my write-up, he's 2 for 20 in his last 5 games from 3-point range. He's a 34% 3-point shooter. Not elite, but he's not that bad. And so I think, like, we see it, numbers even out throughout a season. This is a great spot where it would not surprise me if he starts the first quarter 3 for 5, like from 3 right away. You know what I mean? So I love Oubre today.
So let's start with this. If we can only choose one of them in the ladder, which one do you lean?
I played the Sex Man in my underdog slip, so I guess I would, for less exposure, go Oubre, but I think Sexton is probably the best play.
I think so too. Let's say Sexton, and let's table Oubre because I know we both like him. Let's see if we can find anything else that could be sneaky on the slate, just to make sure we cover all our bases. So we got Lakers Celtics. I'm on White over 4.5 assists. However, it is my lowest unit play of the day. I went back and watched some of the film, and this is where things could change without LeBron and AD. I don't think it will. But what Boston was doing with a lot of their offense was they'd get the ball to Jaylen Brown in the post. Jaylen Brown would 1 dribble, 2 dribbles. As soon as he started making a move to the basket, somebody would come as a second defender from outside. Usually it was Derek White that was on that side. So Jaylen Brown would kick it to Derek White once the double team came. Lakers would rotate. Derek White would make the extra pass, and then it was Porzingis or Tatum or somebody who's wide open for 3 after that extra pass. And he finished with 11 assists in the game because of that. So the model liked it, and then I looked back at the film, and I was like, this makes a lot of sense. As far as any other props in this game, I was going to lock in Tatum over 8.5 rebounds before, literally I was clicking submit, and LeBron and AD were ruled out, so then I stayed away from it. But basically the edge there is the Lakers take the least threes in the NBA, and then also I think they're top 5 in free throw attempts. Those are 2 metrics where Jason Tatum leads the league leads the team in rebound percentage. Last game he got 8 rebounds, but he also had 3 deferred rebounds, which is like basically you could grab the rebound, but you let your teammate have it. He only averages 1 a game, so that's probably not going to happen again today. But I know you were talking to me about the rebounds for Tatum earlier. I don't know if that's something you'd still be interested in.
Yeah, I mean, seeing a 15-point spread on the board doesn't really entice me to want to put much prop in my slate personally. But I can't knock the Tatum look at all. Like, if this game stayed competitive, I was going to probably play as RA. So definitely like the spot. A 15-minute spread or a 15-point spread for me is just kind of like an auto don't bet.
I can feel that. I think one that I haven't looked into enough that I might after the stream over is D'Lo points, just because you guys know I love to take my guards against Boston. One thing we can do.
This one's going to be a blowout, Will. Come on, man.
I mean, I feel like How often do we try and predict a blowout that doesn't come though?
Boston at home without LeBron and AD. I mean, I would be banking that this is going to be a 20+ blowout.
Yeah.
I
All
mean,
right, we'll move on.
you know what I mean? Like
Pacers,
I don't know about that one.
Pacers Knicks. I was strongly considering if we got Jalen Brunson at 8.5 assists instead of 7.5, I was eyeing his under.
Yeah, I totally could see that. Halliburton is so interesting to me. I know they're gonna play him 24 minutes, which is scary. His lines are just so low, but
It's hard because this is. Do we think they put Anunoby on Hallie or Siakam? Because Indiana's a team you can afford to give up size to, because outside of Siakam, they don't have a lot of it.
yeah, I kind of think Josh Hart lands the Siakam role.
Really? I thought you were about to finish that sentence with Hallie.
No, I kind of think OG does guard Hallie. I think
That's tough.
I mean, he runs the entire offense. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but I don't know. I kind of lean that Josh Hart because, like you said, man, you can give up size to this Pacer team, and you're still okay. Like Josh Hart could guard Siakam. I know Siakam's got the height advantage still, and probably the strength, but like, it wouldn't surprise me if they had that matchup out there. You know what I mean?
I think I'd probably willing to bet it's still OG on Siakam and Hart on Hallie. But I mean, the fact that we don't know is what concerns me.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. Like, I think you put your best defender, like, if you can. We also don't know if OG is going to play for sure yet.
I'd be surprised if he didn't at this point, just because he's been so close to playing the last 2 games. But we'll see. Do you like Brunson if we got him at 8.5 or not really?
It would depend the price, but I definitely don't hate it.
Let me check on that price.
I'm playing Dante, PR. I posted that, so I do have some units on that, but
let's see, assists. We don't get alt assists. All right. Well, looks like there's only a 7.5 line, anyways.
Yeah, Hallie is supposed to be playing. Hallie is supposed to be playing only 24 minutes today via him. So
yeah, we can get him at -160. So if we get like a -160 and then -120, I think that would put us where we need to, if you wanted to do that. Yeah, -160 and -115 gets us at +200.
Go click on Oubre real quick. See what that puts us at.
Excuse me. Oubre, where are you? Here we are. That puts us at +192.
192. Damn, he went to 125. He was 110 earlier. Shit.
I know. I posted him at 110 not even like 20 minutes ago. We can check Sexton. Damn, he's -140 right now. I could check Hard Rock to see what odds they'd give us there, but I don't think they'll give us an 8.5 Brunson line. We could check PR for Sexton.
This is a tough slate for me because there's 2 games that I have zero interest in. Like,
yeah,
Lakers Boston was supposed to be a great game. Of course, it won't be. And then Cleveland Memphis for me. I mean, Mobley's now out. I would have liked getting that CLV with Jared Allen if I would have bet it before the Mobley news, but still don't love it on a back-to-back.
We can get Brunson and Sexton would put us at +203.
You trust the sex man today?
I trust Sexton. My concern is more on, like, Brunson's the only guy. Like, for me, it's a similar read to the Drew Holiday under that we hit on day 1, but obviously Brunson's usage is way, way higher. So that's where I don't know if we can trust it as strongly.
Yeah, it's way higher. Who's going to guard him?
Brunson?
Butter Keeled.
Probably.
Neesmith, maybe.
I don't know.
They're not going to put Halliburton on him.
No, definitely not. They'll probably put Hallie on like No, maybe not even DiVincenzo. No, they'd have to do DiVincenzo.
I think
Or
they're trying to hide Hallie and put him on like Josh Hart maybe.
yeah, it'd be one of those two.
So it's probably Butter Keeld or Aaron Neesmith. I don't know. I mean, his point line's 32.5. That's a pretty damn high point line for. I know they're missing a lot of guys, but that's
Oh yeah.
pretty entailing that he's going to be moving.
We can table. So I'll put in all the ones that we're thinking of. We'll put it all together right here, and then at the end we'll narrow it down. So right now we're looking at Brunson under assist, Sexton over PR, Oubre over PA. Let's go back to this board. Cavs, Grizzlies. I'm gonna say this as a Cavs fan. It does help a little bit that Mobley's out, but still, we don't know what the fuck is going on with what the new rotations are going to be, whether they're going to prioritize pick and roll still, whether it's going to be higher pace, lower pace. We don't know because the offense that we saw before Garland and Mobley went down, way different from the offense that exists now. So I have no idea how they're going to adjust, and most Cavs fans don't know either. And the Grizzlies are the fucking Grizzlies. I don't think anybody wants to bet on them if they don't have to. The only thing that could be you could take some unders on the Grizzlies side just to target that Cavs defense, but I don't even know what the lines are there.
What do you think about Jaren Jackson today? No preference or?
Without Mobley, he probably avoids some foul trouble.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I think he goes up a little without Mobley. Look at Jaren's last 4 games. I mean, he's been getting to the line a shit ton, and he's been super inefficient. Like, he's coming off 4 under 43% games in a row. I kind of think he's due for a decent game, but
probably it all depends on how the Cavs defend him. If they do if they put like a smaller forward on him and then like show help with Jared Allen, he's gonna have a bad game. But if they just try and ISO Jared Allen with him instead of and like not run any pick and roll, then I don't know how well Jared Allen's going to be able to hold his ground. Jared Allen's obviously a premier defender, but Jaren Jackson is also not your typical set. Like, he's not a Joel Embiid where he's getting the ball in the post,
right,
1 dribble, 2 dribble, post fade. It's like he'll get the ball running downhill in a half court and just try and do a Euro, try and do something. And it's like,
well, Dean Wade is certainly not going to be able to guard him. So
Dean Wade's just going to try and draw a charge every time. And honestly, it might work a couple times.
Yeah, you might be able to get him a couple times, and that might be all you need. I don't know. With no Mobley, I think Jaren could be an interesting look today.
Yeah, it's all going to depend on how the Cavs decide to defend him and whether they want to prioritize limiting him or letting him cook and limiting everyone else. I don't know the answer to that, so it'll be fun to watch. This is one where, especially as a Cavs fan, I want to watch it. I don't want to bet on it.
Fair. Well, I just say it because you know me, man. I'm a big believer in like numbers evening out on a season. And when you see a guy with 21, 30, 17, 18 shots, 4 games in a row, shooting inefficient, like there's a good tell that eventually if he's shooting 18 to 19 shots, he's due for a 12 for 19 game. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah.
Numbers even out. You're a math guy, you know that. So that was my my only look at that. I just think it could be a decent spot, especially on a back-to-back without Mobley.
I mean, shit, we just went over the whole slate then.
Yeah, there's only 2 games. Really worth a damn.
Yeah, this is 14.5 point spread. This I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. So then at Pacers, Knicks, and 76ers, Jazz. Pacers have Hallie on a minutes restriction, and Siakam's still technically new, so that offense is kind of a mess. Randall's out for the Knicks, which could provide some edge, but I think the matchup favors a Brunson assist under, but with Randall being out, that kind of hurts it. And then the players who you would target with Randall being out, being DiVincenzo and Anunoby, it's not a good matchup for him against the Pacers team that doesn't allow any threes.
So that's what I was going to say. The matchup's tough. I'm playing as PR, but just because someone's got to shoot that shit. But it's definitely not the easiest matchup. That's why I didn't make it like an official play today. But yeah. I like it enough to put a unit on it and on a small slate like today.
So then, should I add
real quick? If OG gets removed, if he doesn't play today, do you think Brunson's 8.5 odds shift? Like, do you think it helps us or hurts us?
We can find out.
Because I mean, that could be an interesting.
Let's find out. Where's New York Knicks?
Dude, this is such a shitty slate. Looking at like the injury reports of all these teams, every team that like the Grizzlies have the whole roster hurt, the Cavs banged up, the Knicks banged up, Indiana banged up. The Lakers aren't even banged up; they're just bullshitting. Like Boston's the only healthy team.
I think when I was at like a couple thousand followers, when like we first started doing the ladder challenges, me and JJ decided to run 2 ladder challenges at the same time. We got both of them to day 4. Day 4 was on and then day 5 was on a Sunday or a Thursday, like today, where there was like 3 games, and we went 1 and 2 on both of them and lost both.
Sheesh.
It's
what do you think of this, gang?
If you think, if you guys think that Jarrett guards Jaren, might be a good idea to run Jarrett rebounds under. But if Cavs are going to run a 2-3 zone, then Jaren points over might be solid. I don't think the Cavs run a zone. They like mix it in spurts, but it's not like a defensive staple for them, like it was for like Miami a few years ago. As far as taking Jarrett rebounds under if Jaren Jackson's on him, I don't see the correlation there, if I'm being honest.
Fair.
Because if they put Jaren on him, and like maybe you say he pulls him away from the basket, but I mean, how many threes is Jaren Jackson taking right now?
I can tell you right now. He took, see, this is why I think he's going to have a decent game, honestly. 0 for 4, 0 for 3, 1 for 5, 1 for 7. Like, I could just see.
I'm saying in terms of the rebounds, 4 threes in a game where Jaren Allen probably switched off him for 1 or 2, and then probably another one when he's on the bench. I don't think it affects it that much. I know he can shoot the 3, but how often? It's not like he's out there like Karl-Anthony Towns out there shooting 8 or 9 a game.
Well, do you see who they're starting? Like, they're projecting Scottie Pippen, John Concher, Vince Williams, and Jaren Jackson. Like, that is a crazy lineup. So I honestly don't know if I could play any Cavs props just because I have no idea with how this script's going to go.
Another one we could eye is Vince Williams under 4.5 assists if we can get an alt line for it. Yeah, that's one I probably – because especially if Scottie Pippen is in the lineup, that means a lot less facilitating for Vince Williams. Damn, they're giving us 5.5, not 4.5. That's brutal. Is there any site that can give us 4.5?
He's a big corner camper, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Vince Williams. And as always, I'm checking the odds on Pickett. You can check odds. It tracks all your bets. It has a feed like gambling Twitter. It's an elite app. There's a code on the top of the screen, code DRProfit. If you haven't joined before, but he's minus 180 on ESPN Bet. People are saying Brunson assists versus under assists versus Pacers. Why? Pacers don't allow any threes. So for a player that allows a high percentage of it, or gets a high percentage of his assists to threes, it's not good. The other thing, they're the reason that the Pacers don't allow a lot of threes. They don't help on the drive. If Brunson starts driving, nobody's coming from the corner to come help and stop the drive to let him kick out. They're just letting him have the layup. So it's been like that all season. It's still like that. And I think the only time that like doesn't happen is when what's his face? Nembhard is in the game. But if Hallie's playing, then Nembhard's not in the game nearly as much. Scorebet has under at minus 180. Yeah, minus 180 is a little too much. We're struggling to work with minus 160, so we can't do that.
What is Darius Garland's minute restriction at? What's he looking like?
I don't think he has one because his injury wasn't like a hamstring or something. It was a broken jaw.
But
he got 20. Oh, damn. He only got 20 minutes last game.
And he didn't even close for them, bro.
Yeah, that's weird. Let me see if there was any reports that came out.
I was going to say we could.
I saw him get tonight. Oh, yeah. We'll be living it to 20 to 24 minutes if he plays Wednesday.
I kind of like the under on a minute restriction on a back-to-back. It just could be playing with fire because his line's pretty low already.
He also could have been on a minutes restriction because of the back-to-back. Like maybe they knew Mobley wasn't playing the second. I'm not advising playing anything with it,
But not closing the game though could tell you that like they're strict. He didn't close,
yeah.
which is
Oh
crazy.
yeah,
You know,
it was a close game too. All right, so the other thing I wanted to show about Brunson. Let me pull this up. We'll do since January 1st, since that was the trade. Come on. That's scoring. All right, so yeah, Brunson's getting almost as many assists to threes as he is to twos, which is not normal, of course, because threes are a lower quality shot. And just for somebody who runs pick and rolls and shit, there's a lot. You can hit the roller for a bunch of assists. So this is not normal for a high usage guard to have most of his assists going to threes. The only other guys that are like that, I think, are like Booker and Shea. And he's getting a lot of them to the corner too. 20 of 108 assists to the corner is a much higher percentage than the rest of the NBA. And then what we can do, we can come here. Opponent. We'll not look at just January. That way we don't get the non-Halley data. And we can see per 100 possessions. Indiana allows the 5th least assists per 100 possessions to the corner 3 and the least to around the arc. Not good for a guy who gets a lot of assists to threes. So, Austin, if we're picking out of these 3, what are the 2?
Sorry, I thought I found one other spot, but I don't know if I like it as much.
What is it? We'll cook it on the screen here.
I think Jared Allen's points could be interesting.
How have the Grizzlies been defending the pick and roll?
They've struggled a little bit as of recent to bigs, I've noticed, and I don't know. Jarrett's not as good on back-to-backs as I thought. His volume's a little low, but
Sabonis put up 20, Wendell 20. Bam got 15 in 40 minutes. That's not ideal, but then Andre got 15. Vooch got 11. Towns 14. Gobert 17. Hartenstein 12.
Nurkic 18. AD 31. Wemby 20. Zubac freaking 15. Jokic 26. Valanciunas 17.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I just think 14 and a half, like, he's going to shoot it a ton. Him and Mitchell, when it's been those two, have done a good job at, like, playing that two-man game.
Yeah. I want to see how many he's getting from offensive putbacks.
I also saw he's got pretty good numbers against the Grizzlies in his past.
Holy. I did not, I knew he's good at offensive rebound. I didn't realize he's getting at least 4 a game. That's crazy.
Well, and 2 of them are his own miss, where he misses it and clanks it back up there again.
I mean, that's fine as long as it ends up in the basket.
We take them as long as they go.
But, like, I'm thinking, let's do this. Memphis with and without. I know Desmond Bane doesn't really make a difference for offensive rebounds. I'm just thinking in terms of timeline, like more recent. More offensive rebounds allowed before. Each team offensive rebounds per game. Let's see where Memphis ranks. Yeah, Memphis is one of the better teams at not allowing offensive rebounds allowed. Hold on.
I feel like it's hard to rank Memphis, man, especially with all their guys missing. I also like the Xavier Tillman matchup. I just think he oversizes him a little bit.
Oh, he definitely does. So in the month of January, I don't know. It looks like Memphis was pretty solid they're like league average at not allowing offensive rebounds. I don't know how much edge is actually there.
I get I like Brunson too. I just get the concern. He's gonna be the ball's in his hand every single possession. That's like the only scare about taking his under. Like he's gonna touch it every single possession.
Let me
And
check one
part
other.
of me doesn't want to go Oubre Sexton, both of them, just because that's literally our two only plays. So
Yeah.
it could be pretty exposed. I mean, if it's the best two and it's going to hit, yeah. But
So hold on. With Garland on and Mobley off this season, Jared Allen's averaging 15 points per 36 minutes. Oh, I'm trying to see how many minutes he's been playing. He's been playing about 30 to 36. If I go Garland off, since he's going to be off for half of it anyway, let me see how they did their rotations last game. Jared Allen and Mitchell mirrored each other. Garland offset them in the second and fourth. So it looks like half it's going to be with Garland, half it's going to be without. There's going to be no Mobley. All right, we can work with this. Let me go back here then. I'll do Garland, Donovan Mitchell, and Mobley off.
I kind of like Jay Allen today, man. I'm not going to lie. It's growing on me a little bit. I like betting on the big fella.
I don't hate it. Don't hate it at all. Jared Allen, 18.77 points per 36. Oh, hold on.
Purdue money line and Allen double-double. What the hell? People come up with the craziest shit on here, I swear.
If it hits, it hits.
Yeah, it probably will hit. I just don't know how you think I'm going to pair Purdue money line with Jared Allen double-double.
15.9 with Garland on. With Garland off, we're looking at about 19. So, yeah, that line probably is a little low.
I kind of like it. Let's put that down. This guy said, can you look into D'Angelo Russell or Reeves under assist with the blowout potential? Lakers being on the road, it seems very likely to hit.
LeBron under assist was on my list before he was ruled out. So, by nature, I would probably like either of those. I'll probably say
Reeves is at 6.5.
I'd probably go under D'Lo because Reeves worked with the bench unit, coming off the bench for a little bit, and I know an overwhelming amount of D'Lo's assists go to AD, who's obviously out. So if I had to choose, I'd probably go D'Lo under.
Fair.
In games without Evan Mobley, God, every time. He's over in 11 of his last 18. If I isolate wins, we're looking at 8 of his last 14. Let's go with Donovan Mitchell. Would we not just go PR then? Because doesn't he have like 15 straight games for the double-double or some shit?
Yeah, I just know he got bumped up pretty heavily compared to what he opened at, and I typically don't like jumping on those lines, but I think his points line opened at 14.5. I could be wrong though, so don't rip me.
I mean, it looks like he has a pretty nice floor. If we don't eat any juice, what we could do is we could probably get it by a point to 13.5. Minus 165. We pair that with, let's just say Sexton for the sake of the odds.
Oh, juicy. Except a lot of people aren't going to be able to tail that at 13.5, and I'll lose it if he finishes at 14. But I mean, for the latter purposes, we can do that. And
I mean, we can tell them we'd still take it at 14.5. It's just if we're trying to find plus 200 odds. Because if we buy this down to 13.5, we're looking at 15 of the last 13 of the last 16. Where without Mobley, he's hit with at least 18 minutes. The ones he missed, Washington, what happened there? I guess they just didn't need him. Brooklyn and Chicago. Brooklyn and Chicago are two pretty good paint defenses.
Last year when Jarrett played Tillman and Tillman started on 2-2-23, he had 18 on 9 of 12. I kind of think that's the type of game we see again. I just don't think Tillman's big enough to contain him. I like the point line a lot. I feel more comfortable playing that than I do playing a Brunson under, just because, like I said, the usage is obviously going to be there. I'm not knocking the play. I think it's a good spot.
No, I'm probably with you, honestly. Especially when you get at 13.5 here, I think that's super, super nice.
And how do you not rock with Jared Allen? The dude's just himself.
I have to.
Come on.
I mean, I'm glad you brought it up and not me. That way, my Cavs bias is out the window.
Facts.
And that's the other thing. If I'm going so as the Cavs fan, I have to go so far out of my way to try and talk myself off a play, and I can't do it right now.
See, my highest hit rate team this season, and it makes me happy to say it. Holy shit! What the hell is that I just did? Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah, it kicked me off for a minute. My highest hit rate team is the Portland Trailblazers this year. Isn't that insane?
That is pretty nice.
I'm 12-2 on Blazer props this season. Like, that's actually pretty good for
That's
like
pretty
being
nice.
my team, you know?
I can't say the same because I just bet Donovan Mitchell every time he has a good matchup, and he either shoots 10% or 60% every game. But other than that, I do great.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, fellas. Well, this is the ladder then. We're going to go Jared Allen, 13.5 with Colin Sexman, 21.5 PR. Allen at 14.5, if that's where you have it, play it. We like it as well. For purposes of the ladder and trying to complete it, obviously we're going to buy down a point, but hopefully.
Yeah, let me zoom in. Oh, no. Zoomed in on the wrong tab. Zoom in here. You guys can see it a little better. I'm going to lock it in on my phone and then post it to Pickett for everybody to tail. We love Pickett. Again, if you're not on Pickett, use code DRProfit when you join. I think it automatically follows me. I could be wrong, but it makes it super easy to tail bets on there. You can follow me, or you can use code Austin and follow Austin instead. It's free to join. You get given anywhere between $3 and $100 just for making an account. So if you use our code, so make sure you go and do that. But yeah, let me make sure that this is the best odds we can get before I go lock it on DraftKings for us. I don't know how many books even have the option to take him at 13.5, though, is the thing. It looks like DraftKings and ESPN Bet are the only ones that give that option, but I'm not playing on ESPN Bet. So here we go.
I legit almost just died, Will.
What did you do?
I took a drink of the coffee, went down the wrong throat. I'm hurting. I might need a Heimlich, bro.
What are we going to do with you?
Oh, I got like the sweats. That was bad. Woo.
Imagine that we catch that on stream.
God. I almost legit passed out. My eyes started like flaring up. That was bad.
Let's make this the whole screen.
I wasn't sneezing, bro. I was literally dying.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this locked in. I'm having a fight with my phone here.
Question from the chat. Are you a doctor, Will?
No, but when I started this account, I was studying pre-med, which is where the name came from. I ended up not going to med school because I was just so damn good at gambling that I was like, you know what? I think I'll just do this for a career instead.
Yeah. So Will does not have a college degree.
No, I do have a college degree. I don't have a medical degree. There's a difference.
Fair.
No, but I mean, it also just wasn't for me. Once I started getting close to graduating, this was something to fall back on, but this wasn't the plan. When I decided not to go to med school, it was just I could already see myself. I was interested in it. I didn't love it, and to go through that whole process for 10 years before you actually see any real money, I didn't have the heart for it. So I thought it's better to figure that out now rather than later. Austin, so are we settled on Sexton over Oubre? We never really talked about that, actually.
Let's do it.
Sexton? All right.
The name alone makes you want to play
it. Bro, did you see the name that they gave Sexton and Garland when they were together in
Sexland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently they hated it.
Yeah. I'm sure he doesn't love the sex man either, but
I don't know. I feel like Colin would be the kind of guy to think it's hilarious.
I'm running with it, man.
Have you ever like actually seen him like talk or anything in interviews?
No, but I did see some of the dumbest shit ever. He fouled, I think it was Jalen Brunson, fouled the shit out of him, and then was like in his grill talking shit. Fouls 14 seconds later again and gets subbed. And the Knicks are just looking at him like you're a jackass, dude. Like, and that made me almost give up on the guy.
But then you remembered how much money he's made us this season. He was like, "All right, let me
back to
swallow
the
that
well.
shit."
That's the one thing. Like, you can't just because of one miss give up on a player,
No.
especially if
Here's the thing I always tell people, especially in the prize picks community. People will ban a player because they were the one leg to miss in like a 5 or 6 leg parlay. But it's like if the 3 other legs missed, you wouldn't have given a shit and you probably would have played him the next game anyways. So to ban people after a miss just because they're the last leg of your parlay will never make sense to me. You will never get an ounce of sympathy. I feel bad that the play missed. But if you say he's banned because that play missed, get the fuck out of here.
I will say, as a pioneer of the ban list, I did have a couple tweets go crazy because of the ban list last season. You know what I mean? That Banchero one was pretty funny.
Well, that was because you played him, and then it was also Prize Picks Taco that same day.
Yeah, that was low key one of my biggest tweets. That had like 10 million impressions.
Oh yeah, that one went crazy. Because I remember you woke up the next morning, or you like text me the next morning. It was like, you're like, "Oh, did you see that?" I was like, "Why? Like,
yeah,
why did you ask
that
me
one?" And then the Calvin Ridley one went crazy.
I don't remember the Calvin. Oh yeah, I do remember the Calvin Ridley one.
That one's my biggest tweet. That one has like 10 plus million as well. Asking him what the locks were. I don't know why.
All right, it is being sent to Pickett now.
Nah, 14.5 for Allen is good. We're definitely going to be playing that. We're just doing 13.5, buying it down a point for the latter purpose because this shit's hard to hit. So we're going to do everything we can.
We're trying to get anything we can at plus 200. All right, it is posted. I'll get a screenshot on the board here so you guys can see it. And make sure you guys are also following Austin because I tagged him in there. But it's super easy. You can literally there's a button at the bottom that says copy. You click that, and then it automatically adds it to whatever sportsbook you want to put it on. Watch the Lakers bench play inspired and win. I mean, let's be honest. That Lakers bench unit probably is going to have a little bit more heart defending than the starting unit.
Also, I still have my what the fuck bet that shouldn't.
Oh yeah, we need that.
We're 2-1 on those. Malik Monk.
That one doesn't count because we put it in the lotto. We said that's what cursed it. So don't worry about that one. Doesn't count.
Well, for my purposes, I'm gonna count it just because I know some people bet it. But 2-1. This one is gross. Absolutely gross. We are going at 1.5 3-point makes Georges Niang today. Plus money. 9 of 10.
Against Memphis?
Yeah, 9 of 10 with Evan Mobley out. He's at a 6.5 point line. I don't think he scores 6.5 points without hitting 2 threes. So, yeah, that's the play. Plus money, Georgie Niang, he's going to get it done.
Georgie Niang, the G-Wagon?
Yeah, the G-Wagon. Georgie, back that ass up. He's definitely going to go hit 2 threes today. Plus money. Don't hammer any of these. Put a unit.
You guys heard the man. 10-unit nuke. Don't sweat it.
Yeah, I got 1 unit on it. It's plus chick. Something to sweat out. He's going to hit 2 of them.
Love it. All right, so if you guys go on Pickett, this is what you're going to find. You click. Can you guys see my mouse? Well, let me make this big screen so I know what I'm looking at. Here's my mouse. Come here, you click copy, and then you're going to see the odds for every book that has this parlay and which ones has the best odds. Whichever one you have money in, go. George Niang is on the Caps for those who are wondering. But yeah, go copy this bet. Enjoy the money. We are on day 3. And after we hit day 1, we're playing with house money because we only roll over the profit. So at this point, we took this $40, we rolled it all over. We took this $80, we rolled it all over. We've collected $60 that's in our pocket. Nobody can take that from us. We're not putting it back into the bet. We have $60 in our pocket, and right now we're playing with $80 of house money. Let's win some money. Make sure you guys go on Picket and tail this. Follow us. Use the code Dr. Profit on the top of the screen or DR Profit, and you get given anywhere between $300 and $100 for doing nothing. It's free. So go do that. And while we're doing that, Austin, are we doing a lotto or no? Can we do a lotto? Let's start with that.
Do people want a lotto? I don't want to force shit out if people don't want it. So it is a 2-game slate.
Austin, we're in a community of the gens. I think you know what the chat's going to say if you ask that question.
Yeah, that's fair. Sometimes
I mean, I know what 2 of the legs would be. I know what 2 of the legs would be if we did the lotto.
Who would
so it depends if the chat says they want it or not.
I think Georgie Niang goes in the lotto at +1. I literally think that hits.
We just said we're banning your sneaky plays from the lotto. Otherwise, it's going to chalk them. That's the only explanation from Malik Monk yesterday.
No, the explanation is for some reason I'm blanking on what's the coach's name? The Kings coach.
Mike Brown?
Mike Brown. He just loves to randomize his rotations. It's like, I don't know. That team.
Do you know who JB Bickerstaff is?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he's had way more injuries that he's had to deal with than like.
No, this has been 3 years, dude. He's great culture coach. For a team looking for a rebuild, he's your guy. As soon as you have good players, the X's and O's just aren't there in this guy's head. It's one of the most frustrating things about being a Cavs fan, because even though we're good, it's still like, how is this happening in some game? Like, we should not have been in a back and forth between the Detroit Pistons yesterday. I'm sorry. We had no business doing that.
Yeah, that's bad. Really bad.
We'd have to throw Oubre in the lotto. You do know that, right?
Yeah, Oubre 25+.
Yeah, we'd have to.
He's probably 20+.
Yeah. Here, I'll get this going here. We'd have to throw Oubre. Chase, did you just ask about Paul Reed? Come on now.
Playoff Paul?
Playoff B? But yeah, we could go. What was I going to say? I'd probably say D'Lo threes. I don't know what the odds are at, but just guards versus Boston, I feel like you have to.
Dude, Garland was at 15.5 points, and he's down to 13.5. I knew that was a good under.
He's still going over.
He's just not going to play enough.
He played 20 minutes and got 19 points last game. He was chucking too. It wasn't like an efficient
But he doesn't want his stats to drop because of this minute restriction.
Let's see.
Why don't we put Jaren in the ladder for 30+?
Jaren Jackson, because if they put, it's such a slow-paced game. Whenever it's the Cavs,
but it hasn't been. Did you see the Pistons last night? Like,
that's because it's the Pistons.
I feel like
why slow the game down when there's a big gaping hole and a red carpet drawn out for you to drive to the basket?
Well, they couldn't defend any of those guys. Alec Burks looked like Kobe Bryant against them. So, I mean, I'm
not saying the Cavs played good defense, but the Pistons are already fast-paced. My point is the only reason the Cavs were also fast-paced was because the Pistons are so goddamn bad at defense that it was why wait for the shot clock to go down when you can get a free layup with 18 left on the shot clock.
That's fair. Also, someone said if you have 365 open, they cannot see it.
Okay. Well, before I pull that up, everybody make sure you get on Picket. Go and click this copy button. Make sure you tail this. And hopefully everybody's cashing out on a cheeky little day 4. Let's get Bet365 open. And let me post that the lotto is on Picket so everybody can go tail. I'm going to post it to Twitter, But other than that, I wonder what D'Lo's odds are. If they're at like 24 or some shit again, 22.5, that's not too bad. What's his threes? Because that's ultimately what it's about.
That game might be over in 12 minutes.
What?
I said that game might be over in 12 minutes today.
I feel like we just with the potential of it not be like if we can get D'Lo at 22.5 points, if the game is within 15, is value. That's the thing.
Fair.
So to be able to get that at plus, I don't know, however much it is, we get at 25 points. Where is it? Where's nope, that's not what I'm. Points milestones. Here we are. D'Lo is plus 145 for 25 plus. He was literally just 24.5 last game. Oh, it's the screen's not shared. He was literally just 24.5 last game in a worse matchup. I mean, the spread was different, obviously, but still. So I don't know. Would you rather have 4 threes or 25 points, though, Austin?
25 points,
Austin.
I think. I think 25 points.
25 points?
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right, bet. No, you're good.
Usually when I get the double name, I'm in trouble. So I was like, oh, shit.
All right. So D'Lo and then Oubre. I don't know if A1's in the stream, but he just texted me talking about Jordan Clarkson splits at home, so we can check that out as well. But
I'm not playing Clarkson. I'm not gonna play Clarkson and Sexton.
Well, they'd be separate plays.
Well, yeah, no shit, but one's gonna hit and one isn't.
Yeah, but then think about how mad you'd be if Sexton misses, Clarkson hits, and then we don't put him in the lotto.
I'm gonna be pissed if Sexton misses, even if Clarkson hits, man. So.
Let's see. Jordan Clarkson home versus away since December 15th. 3-pointers about the same. 2 more field goals attempts per game at home. 21 points. I guess the minutes. Let's do this. Points per 30 minutes. It's not that great. 2 points is it's a pretty nice split.
Yeah, it is.
Jordan Clarkson home log. $20 points could be nice. He just has some weird ones in there. That is actually crazy. The whole Jazz team is nuts at home. Now that I think about it, because I know Markkanen has pretty good home away splits. Fontecchio has nice home away splits. Sexton has nice home away splits. There we go. There's for the Pickett code, either Austin or DR Profit. Where's Oubre? Damn. Did Oubre's line go up that much that he's minus 105 for a 20 ball now? That's crazy. All right. These two alone already get us to plus 794. That's wild.
No, he's minus 110 at 19.5 PA. So I don't think he could be minus 105 20 ball.
That's what it is on Bet365.
That's wild.
They're really saying, yeah, he's not getting any assists.
No, he's definitely going to get one.
No, he's getting one. I'm just saying they don't think he's getting one.
I'd love Oubre to come out and grab like 7 assists and just flip off the books. You know what I mean?
Imagine he gets 18 points and like 5 assists. How great would we look?
I'd like him to go over his point line too, just to bend him down even further. But that would look great if he got 6 assists for us.
On like 15 potential. I don't know if Oubre has ever had 10 potential assists in a game before.
I would assume probably not.
All right.
Yeah, we talked about Halliburton earlier. We probably aren't going to play it. The minute restriction, he literally said 24 is his max, no matter how he's playing. So, I mean, obviously, they can play more, but not worth it in my opinion.
Yeah, he went on a podcast. Oh, I put day 2 instead of 3. He went on a podcast and talked about pretty much this. He has the Pacers have 3 games in 4 days, and his minutes won't go up at all until after that. So there is that. Dude, I wish we get like a 22.5 line or something for Oubre.
This guy rocks with
Or
the
would you
Harper,
rather just run?
the Harper jersey. I appreciate it, gang.
Why not Brunson under 10 assists to get that little extra on the line? We can't get. I guess we could do Brunson under double.
I actually like that.
I just feel like Oubre, the difference between 18 and 25 is like usually we'll do like the difference between like 27 and 30.
Right.
But let's see what odds would we get if we did under double. Minus 280. We could do that. Are we liking that?
You think D'Lo drops a 25 ball?
I mean, let's look at his log without LeBron.
He's playing Boston in Boston, though. As a 15-point
Still, 27, 39, 17, 12, 11, 26. This is all last season, though. That doesn't count.
Yeah, Andy's on a heater right now.
What?
I said Andy's on a heater right now, so I wouldn't look too far into the older games.
And we'll do this. Los Angeles Lakers with AD and LeBron both off the floor.
Do you have any Taurean Prince lines?
I would not be touching Taurean Prince in this matchup.
Without Braun. Taurean loves to cook without Braun.
He's so reliant on other players. Like
Skylar Mays is on the Lakers now, gang.
What?
I see his name on there. When did he join the Lakers?
I have no clue. I did not know that. Bro, D'Lo's averaging 23.45 per 36 without AD and LeBron. AR is averaging 28.3. If I isolate to just this month since he's been hot, let's see what we're looking at now. 36 minutes, 20.63 points. Shot 15% from. He shot in those 36 minutes without AD and LeBron. He shot 21 shots and shot 15% from three, shooting 12 of them, bro.
Yeah, let's ride it. Let's do it.
All right, here it is then. Brunson, no double-double. Oubre, 25 ball. D'Lo, 25 ball. This might be the stupidest lotto we've made so far, but we haven't been hitting the smart ones. So why not? I think D'Lo is perfect for the lotto. And for those who want to see Oubre, by the way, let's do this. Or let's pull it up on Outlier.
Dude, I want him to shoot efficiently from three so bad. There's nothing better than when you just nail it. You know what I mean? Like Scoot Henderson yesterday, I'm just sitting there like smiling. Like nobody can say shit to me. You know what I mean? I would love Kelly to come out and just be efficient.
So when Oubre does hit this line, there's a lot of red. Obviously, most of these games are with Joel and Tyrese. When he does hit this line, all of them, 25, 25, 24, 25, 25, 35, or 23, 27. Like he's not getting 20, 21, 22. He's fucking smashing the line.
Yeah,
that's why he's going on the lotto and not
only had 8 games without Joel. Like he's only had
we can go look at those games as well.
It's not like he's, you know what I mean?
25, 25, 24, 25. In the games he missed, 5 of 13, 3 of 11. Didn't hit a single three in either of those games. Who gives a fuck about these 2 games in December?
Yeah, he got blown out in one of them. I bet on that Houston
Orlando
game, and he played like shit. I remember I had that game.
So it feels like it's right there for us. Yeah, I think this is the lotto. I'll post both to Twitter very soon. Somebody said they just put 1,000 units on the lotto. Alex, good luck. Good luck, my friend. It's gotten to the point. This has no regard to what Alex just said. This just reminded me. I might have to make a video soon talking about what a unit is and explain to people how it works, because there are people that have like every play is a 3-unit play and shit like that. That's not how a unit works. So ignore those people, and I'll try and make a video soon because it's not something that I created. It's just like a universally accepted thing by sharps in the community before I even came into the space. So it seems like people need a refresher. So I might be making a video like that soon. Otherwise, I'll be posting everything on Twitter real soon. Austin, great to talk with you as always, and let's have a great day.
You as well, my guy. Good sesh. We'll be back here tomorrow. Hopefully climb into day 4, but we got a better slate anyways tomorrow. So even if we don't, we'll have to fire something else up. And I know we're definitely going to be cooking a 6-man entry shortly. Not sure when. Going to ride with this ladder until the wheels fall off. But we're going to try to do a few more of those because, I mean, we did come up through the Prize Picks era where we were doing 6-mans and stuff. And you and I did one like a couple weeks ago, and it was fun. You know what I mean? So we're going to sprinkle those in. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you fellas later.
For sure. Take care, everybody. Good luck today. Let's make some money.